cleverness on behalf of the crypto industry is you guys have found one in the executive branch as well, Gary Gensler. Who is Gary Gensler and why is he Satan?
How much tape do you have?
Plenty.
I have on my desk a 200-page Oppo research pack, literally 200-page Oppo research pack on Chair Gensler, and it's a year old, so you could probably add another 200 pages just based on his behavior in the last year. Everything that the SEC has done under his guidance with respect to the crypto industry has been in bad faith, challenged in the courts, and successfully overturned. Just doublespeak, out of control, side door rulemaking, anything that they can do to possibly cripple the growth and trajectory of the industry and essentially punish anyone that dissents. They've gone after Kraken, they've gone after Coinbase, they've gone after every single one of the biggest players in the industry. The only one that they didn't go after, of course, was FTX. They missed that one. Oops. So, I mean, he's incompetent. He's corrupt. He was Rep. Byron Donalds actually brought this up in one of the oversight hearings. But he was the campaign CFO for Hillary Clinton that wrote the checks for the Steele dossier that they basically were fined for and got a slap on the wrist, essentially the same election fraud that we just saw the sham trial about in New York, but a much more egregious version of it because they actually funded the Steele dossier, which was just
an order of crime that would ban you from running money on Wall Street, but he regulates all of it now.
But now suddenly, the most detail-oriented, notoriously vindictive person in the U.S. regulatory sphere just suddenly has a fuzzy memory as to whether he signed off on that check. I'm skeptical. So for a while, I've been outspoken about how horrible he is since 2021, and that's not a very popular position to be in if you're an operating CEO. You're supposed to be a little bit more diplomatic. You're supposed to be respectful, and I am when people are operating in good faith. I always try to be.
Yeah, you said
even when I disagree. Yeah, I said, well, I see I'm getting better in my old age because I used to call him Golden Gary, and it stuck for a while. But now I've deferred to Chair Gensler. I think he's just done a tremendous disservice to the SEC. Again, the nature of my business, we should be almost best friends with the SEC. Yeah. We're building tools that
you're trying to
actually help
discipline
them
and regularize the industry.
Building tools that will actually help them fulfill their mandate to protect investors, ensure the markets are fair and efficient, and promote capital formation. That's my mission. That's my company. That's our team's mission. But the difference is we are operating in good faith. They are operating in bad faith, and it's really it's come at the behest of Liz Warren's political priorities to centralize control and oversight of all financial transactions, and Chair Gensler's just insatiable quest for power to become Treasury Secretary, which, if I can pat myself on the back for one thing,
I don't think that's going to happen.
It's never going to happen. And I'd like to think that I played at least a top 5 role in helping destroy his career. So I'm sure the SEC will at some point try to shank me on the way out. Because that's what they do. And I think he's the most corrupt person in the U.S. government, which is, that's a high bar in this administration, but I do believe it's true.